Hello, Rebecca here with you today with the process video for this beautiful layout that I designed for Simple Stories using their Boho Sunshine collection. Usually when I start a layout, I have something in mind. This time I have an idea, but it was not looking as I was thinking, so I made a few changes during the process. And you're going to see in the video how I changed some stuff. I used one of the frames, the chipboard frames from the collection. I like the thickness of this product because it is not so thick but gives dimension to the page. And I matted the frame in a piece of 6x8 paper from the paper pad. The title is from the foam sticker, and now you can see I'm cutting the scallop border. It is not a full 12 inches long border, so I'm cutting it in a place that I know that can be seen, but give the impression to the people who see the layout that it is a full 12 inches long border. Here is when I decided to add some more papers to the layout. I'll be making some changes to that border on the top. I cut different pieces of paper from 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inch wide. Then I use a wood stick, the thin one, to roll the paper. I use the thin wood stick because I don't want the roll to be so bulky that I cannot fit it in the album well. So I use the thin one for this. And by rolling the paper a few times, you get a strong roll that doesn't bend in the album. It doesn't get flat. You can see I'm adding the papers. I speed up the video here. I'm adding the paper using repositionable tape so I can play with the position there. And I'm leaving the top part without any cut by the time, because I will change that later. Now I'm adding the frame on top of that. And as you can see, I removed the scallop border from the page. With a scissor, I'm cutting the top pieces of paper. Some of them, I cut them diagonally and some straight. But later, not in the video, you're going to see that I make some V notches to some of the papers. The ones that were straight, I changed them to V notches so they look more like a banner. I don't cut them straight because I want to give some interest to the papers, and since I had that sun paper on the back, it is not easy to see the different papers there. Here you can see that I'm covering the teal paper that I had previously. I placed the scalloped border now on top of it, and I'm adding the frame to my page. I like to use a T-ruler sometimes to ensure that it is straight. And on top of that border, now I'm adding another piece of the teal paper, just to separate the different papers and the sticker from the cluster of paper that I made behind the frame. On the right side, I'm adding a piece of yellow paper to give the title a resting place. Here you can see, and for the journaling, I use a cut-apart card from one of the 12x12 paper and printed the journaling on it. Now I'm using the sticker on top of the frame, and with a pen I make the line to see where I need to cut, because I don't want the title to be wavy. I want it to be flat, so I cut a piece of the chipboard with a precision knife, and now it has a resting place where I can put it flat. I'm adding a banner from the die cuts. I use foam tape behind it to give it some dimension. And now I'm adding the journaling. On the right side of the journaling, I use a paper punch to give it the look of a notebook paper. And here I'm adding a sunshine and a rainbow from the die cuts pack. The rainbow is from one package and the die cut is from another. And the sunshine, sorry. Here is an additional flower. I also cut there with a precision knife to add the foam flower there. This is a tab from the die cuts pack, and I'm adding a few phrases from the sticker sheet there. This one has a border on top that I didn't want, so I'm cutting it away. To create the clusters and embellish those areas, I use die cuts. I use stickers from the 12 by 12 sheet, and I use chipboard. Also the decorative brads that I love because they are flat on the back. I don't have to make any holes or anything, so they are very easy to work with. And at the end, I added a few enamel dots. This is a very colorful and happy layout. Like my daughter, she's very active. She's always making fun faces and playing, and she's just so much fun that this is the perfect layout for her. And she loves color, all the colors. This layout represents her. On the back of the papers on the top, I added pieces of thin, very thin foam tape. I bought those on Amazon. I don't know the vendor. I looked for thin foam tape and they appear there. I bought them and they work really well because they are not the usual thickness that you can find in many of the brands that we usually use. This is just to add a little bit of dimension. Now I'm adding the enamel dots, and with that I finish this layout. That's my final touch for this page. I usually don't talk in my videos, but this was a long one, so I came here to talk with you. Sorry for the mistake. Sometimes I don't say the word properly or the verbs, so sorry for that. As mentioned before, I'm not usually talking English. Here you can see the layout, how it looks. And at the end, if you stay, you can see a few pictures. Thank you for your visit. I hope you like and enjoy this layout as much as I do. If you want to see more photos of this layout, you can visit my blog. The link is in the description box. There you can also find the links to my Instagram and other social medias. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more inspiration. And see you soon. Bye.